why do I want to work at BNN?
Yeah. Is Gil blackmailing you? Blink twice if yes.
Blackmail? What are you talking about?
Sir Aguilar would never do that. I guess I'm just confused why a rock star would want to become a boring old reporter. Hey! You know what I mean.
First of all, Anna's right. There's nothing boring about being a reporter. And second, I'm flattered, but I'm not a rock star. Yen. I just debuted yesterday. If anything, becoming a reporter will give me more exposure.
I see. So it's a strategic career move. So you're going to become a rock star and a reporter? A rock reporter?
How are you this adorable in real life?
It's one of BNN's great mysteries.
Good morning.
Hi, Sir Aguilar.
Morning, boss.
Hi, Chief.
Glad to see everyone's getting along. Seleni, I'm going to need your signature on this employment contract to formalize everything we agreed with Miss Jean.
Sure thing.
Whoa, did you just sign that without reading it?
Yeah.
Isn't that dangerous?
If my manager signed it, then it should be okay, right?
I tried reading mine, but I couldn't understand some of it.
The point of a contract is to serve as evidence that a meeting of the minds has occurred.
You're imagining a couple of brains in a meeting, aren't you? No.
But I trust you, boss.
I trust Sir Aguilar too.
I appreciate the votes of confidence, but Cris is right. You should never sign anything without at least reading it first. Trust is valuable in a business relationship, but there is no substitute for due diligence. It's not just about watching out for hidden clauses.
Now you're imagining Santa Claus hiding from the brains. I'm not.
But you would never take advantage of us, would you?
You never know. And like I said, it's not just about what's in the contract. Most of the time, it's about what's not in it. Our minds are easily influenced and can be very unreliable when it comes to remembering details. Details that can be quite important. And if those details aren't written down and agreed upon, then as far as the parties are concerned, they no longer exist.
Now Santa and the brains are having a party. Is Sir Aguilar teaching you how to read minds?
Okay, but how do I know if something's missing from the contract?
Easy. You compare it with other contracts.
I'm not showing you my contract.
There are plenty of employment contract templates on the internet. Each one is somewhat unique, but they all generally contain the same types of clauses. Cris, care to list down the key parts of an employment agreement?
Sure. I guess the first section is the introduction.
This section announces details about the parties of the contract, who's hiring whom, and what your job title will be.
Oh, like that guy that announces during Manny Pacquiao fights.
Michael Buffer?
On the red corner, wearing the white skirt and pink bolero, weighing in at 60 kilograms, Seleni Cereus.
I do not weigh 60 kilos.
Next we have term of employment.
This section covers the date when the job starts and how long it lasts. It explains if the job is permanent or contractual. If there's a trial or probation period at the beginning, it should mention how long it is and what the criteria is for passing.
Wait, am I on probation?
I think everyone is. For 6 months at least.
Then there's compensation.
Here's everyone's favorite part. It's the part of the agreement that spells out how much you will get paid, whether it's a salary or an hourly wage, and how often you'll get paid. It also mentions any benefits like bonuses, health insurance, retirement plans, or vacation days. If there are any potential deductions from the paycheck, those are listed here too.
Deductions? Is that how we pay for our memberships at Sunset Sinners?
No, we actually have that for free.
Mine says I just get paid in likes and follows.
It most definitely does not.
Duties and responsibilities?
This section lays out what you are expected to do on the job. It includes a job description, how your performance will be measured, and who you report to. Make sure that you're comfortable doing everything described here as part of the job.
What's meant by other duties as assigned?
Oh, is that like when Chris assigned me to fetch milk tea the other day? Up next, work schedule.
Here, we specify your working hours, including start and end times. It also covers overtime rules and how it's paid. Breaks, vacations, and sick leaves are mentioned here too. The standards differ depending on the industry you're in, so make sure that you're familiar with the normal working hours of your profession.
Do we have nap time?
Asking for a friend.
Yes, you may nap while on break.
Yay! Then we have confidentiality and non-disclosure.
If you as an employee will handle sensitive company information, this section explains that you need to keep it private, both during and after your employment. This is usually to protect your employer's trade secrets or the personal data of other people that you work with.
I know this one. No posting of anything PNN related on social media.
Backstage gossip stays backstage. Got it.
Then there's non-compete and non-solicitation.
Some employers restrict their employees from working for competitors or taking clients and other staff with them if they leave the company, usually for a certain time and within a specific area. This is also to protect your employer's trade secrets, but make sure they're reasonable, or you might find yourself unable to work in your whole industry.
Oh, clingy.
Don't steal, Chris, okay? Then there's termination.
This section explains the various ways the job can end, whether by the employee or employer. It includes how much notice each side needs to give, the grounds for termination, and whether there's any severance pay. It's important to know what you're legally entitled to by reviewing the labor code.
This is for if we break up, right?
It's not you, it's me.
What?
Then we have dispute resolution.
If there's a disagreement, this section outlines how it will be resolved, like through arbitration or mediation, and which jurisdiction's laws will apply.
Mediation sounds fair. Rock, paper, scissors?
Jet and boy, holly hoy, sinong matalo siyang onggoy. Then some have intellectual property.
If you as an employee create something as part of your job, this part clarifies who gets to own those creations. An employer will obviously want to own whatever you've been paid to produce for them.
Darn, I was hoping for royalties.
Actually, Miss Sheen and I both agreed that any song you write or compose during your employment shall remain your property, subject to whatever agreements you have with NBNC. I'm not hiring you because you're already a musician. I'm hiring you because you want to become a reporter.
Aw, thanks, boss.
And then, I guess, miscellaneous provisions.
Miscellaneous provisions include some legal details, like how the agreement can be changed, what happens if part of it is found invalid, or how both parties will respond to force majeure.
Force majeure?
It's French for greater force, which refers to uncontrollable events or acts of God, like natural disasters, epidemics, civil unrest, terrorist attacks, military occupation, energy blackouts.
Zombie outbreaks? Giant meteors? Kaiju attacks? Desert storms?
Desert storms sound more like an act of Anahaw.
And usually the last things are the attachments or exhibits.
Finally, any extra documents that explain the job in more detail, like a job description or a company policy, might be attached to the agreement. This usually means they become part of the contract, and therefore also become binding as if written in the contract itself. So review these thoroughly too. Don't sign any agreements that say they have attachments, but with nothing actually attached. This gives them the opportunity to attach whatever they want later and retroactively make it part of the agreement, which is unethical. This is also why you should always insist on signing multiple copies of the agreement, along with all attachments, so that you can keep a personal copy you can always revisit.
Whoa.
Seleni, I know for a fact that Miss Sheen is one of the best managers out there. but I don't recommend leaving your career choices entirely in the hands of someone else, no matter how much you believe in them. It's not a question of trust, but a matter of how involved you are in making your own decisions.
Oh, all right, I'll read the contract. Thanks, boss.
And Anna,
Yes, sir?
we can have Sunset Sinners deliver milk tea along with our coffee from now on.
Aye, Captain.